Damon L. Jacobs, We Love Soaps TV with the legendary and wonderful Lane Davies. It's so nice to meet you in person.
It's good to see you face to face.
Face to face, we had a long phone conversation, which I enjoyed very much.
Yes.
Yes.
I had fun. You're very easy to talk to.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And we really appreciate how we're going to get to see you on our screens again, our computer screens instead of the television screens.
Yes, sooner or later, I'll be up there.
But you're going to be in the Bay, and that's going to be coming up, as we discussed.
Right. I'll be replacing John Callahan.
Okay.
As Detective Mackenzie Johnson. So you won't see me in the first episode, but you'll see me in subsequent episodes.
It'll be coming up. Okay. Now, given your history, we did touch on this in our interview together.
Right.
But what led you to want to continue on a continuing story after your experience on network television?
I always liked serial television. I was never one of those actors. When I left daytime back in the Cretaceous period, I was never one of those actors that said, I'll never do daytime again, But I got off the plane from my trip around the world and walked right into a sitcom pilot, and that led to basically 10 or 15 years of mostly sitcoms with the occasional, psychopathic time traveler or what have you thrown in.
What's been the biggest difference about working on the Bay or coming into the Bay versus doing an ensemble like Santa Barbara?
Well, you'll have to ask me after I've actually shot something, because I'm afraid I can't tell you at this point.
What is it like to be here and be with such rich talent and so many actors, some of whom you've worked with on screen, some of whom you've known? What's it like to be around this?
It's a little bit surreal. I mean, it's great, but it's surreal, like walking through a time warp.
You expressed some surprise that the fans still remember you as Mason Capwell and Evan Wiley, and that they're still so fond of you.
Well, those that are old enough, it's always flattering, to be remembered. But I went off the show. It's been 20 years now, so it's a little bit surprising and flattering to find out that people actually have fond memories of old dysfunctional Mason Capwell.
Well, I think soap fans have some of the best memories around. If I make a mistake, which I frequently do, they will correct me.
Oh, yes. Yeah. You have to be very careful. Anytime you get into historical references regarding soaps, you have to be very careful, because if they don't remember it themselves, they've got it on tape somewhere, and like a political candidate, they will haul it out and use it against you.
Exactly. The Mason Chronicles have been very interesting to watch. I'm catching up on them and seeing your early work.
Yeah, that's great
been
fun.
Such a gift.
Yeah, really. And it came about in a strange way. I had this lovely woman taking care of my children who passed away too young, and we found this huge cache, like a treasure trove of Santa Barbara tapes, all carefully annotated and organized. So I gave them all to my web mistress, Tracy George. She turns them into digital vignettes and airs episodes every week. I mean, we were really an early webisode, but it's, pirated material from old Santa Barbara shows. But the Dobsons don't seem to mind, because it cross-promotes their work.
And it's not being seen anywhere else.
No, it's only on the web, and we're not charging money for it. So.
And when we're lucky enough, you add a little comment, I've noticed.
Yes.
A little I think A and I were having trouble remembering our lines that day or something like that.
Yes, sometimes I watch it and it's like there's no memory of that day at all. And then sometimes I watch it and I remember very vividly what was going on that day. So it should be really interesting later on when we get to the stuff with Nancy Grahn and myself, because there were days we weren't speaking outside of the set.
Well, we are so excited about the Bay premiering tonight. We're so excited to see you back on our screens, our computer screens.
I can't wait to see it. It's great to talk to you.
And I'm here with the gorgeous and entrepreneurially spirit. I just made up that word. The spirit of Henry's Hat, Martha Madison. Hi.
Hi. How
so
are you?
nice to meet you.
It's nice to finally meet you too.
Now, first of all, we're sitting in this beautiful, beautiful restaurant. How did you come into being a restaurant owner?
Well, it goes way back. I spent about 5 years in New York opening restaurants and bars for other people. And when I moved to LA, my now husband actually hired me to open his restaurant, Luna Park, here in Hollywood. And so, restaurants like my second life, When I left Days, I decided I needed to find something that I could really sink my teeth into and be knowledgeable about and have some success with. And I was working out at the gym right across the street, came out of the gym and saw this boarded up building and called my husband and said, I'm ready to open my own restaurant. And he said, do it.
Wow, that's exciting. That was about 2 years ago?
That was 2 years ago, yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What has been the biggest challenge of opening a restaurant in this economy?
Everything has been challenging about opening in this economy, but more than that, actually really challenging to open a restaurant in Los Angeles. There's a lot of red tape, a lot of bureaucracy that makes it very difficult to open a small business, and so we definitely had about 11 months of that. But I that old saying, if you build it, they will come, just kind of motivated me every day to keep doing it. And over time, the product really just sold itself. We have really great food. We have a fun environment. It's really low key. It's in a great location, and
great.
And the people who come here are awesome.
Do any of your old co-stars drop by?
All the time. Actually, Allie Sweeney is a regular. I love having her here. I get to see her from time to time, and the Days of Our Lives people in general do a lot of happy hours here, so I get to keep in touch with everybody that way.
How fun! How fun! Okay, so come to Henry's Hat. You may see some of your. You may get to tell Sammy what you think about what she's doing with her life. Now we're here tonight with The Bay. This is such an exciting new series. Tell us about your character on The Bay.
I play Marley. She's the only daughter of Sarah Garrett, who's the leading lady, played by Mary Beth Evans. I definitely have lots of mommy issues. But I think overall in the whole show, I am sort of the sane one, the level-headed one that tries to keep it all together, which of course means that I'll explode at one point. So I really like the really subtle dynamics that I get to play with Mary Beth, and I'm really looking forward to more stuff. I don't know where Marley's going to go. We'll see.
Now, your character Marley, I understand, was kidnapped when she was a child. Yeah. You played Belle on Days of Our Lives, who was kidnapped as a child. What does this mean? What is all this?
It means it's a soap opera, Damon. It means that you must be a pivotal character if you've been kidnapped at least 10 times in your life.
Now, quite a few of your Days co-stars are also featured on the show. You and Mary Beth were actually part of a storyline that I personally love so much on Days, which was the big airplane crash thing. What was it like to film those scenes on that airplane?
Well, actually, Nadia Bjorlin was passing out Dramamine that day, which was so good because we needed it. We were all like,
you were like on
very woozy. We were,
conveyor?
But yeah, we were on I forget what you call it, but it was really rocking us all around and throwing us all around, and really we were just getting super motion sickness, and we were on this thing for like 10 hours at a time. Yeah. Wow. It was interesting.
Wow.
It was fun.
Were any, did you have a chance to talk in between takes? There was such a rich history of the cast in those scenes, such a pivotal history of the cast.
Yeah.
What was it like? Did you joke between takes, talk about history of Days?
Yeah.
Tell dirty jokes?
A lot of us for the first few hours, was really actually trying to keep myself awake because the Dramamine was drugging me.
But you were supposed to be passing out from oxygen deprivation anyway,
yes,
so that kind of...
Yes, honestly, I was on the phone with my manager in between takes trying to find a new job.
Because you knew you were let go at that
right
point.
About that time, yes. But I also had Alina Foley. I don't know if you remember her. She played my daughter, Claire. Mm-hmm. She was a riot. Having a 4-year-old running around a bouncing plane for 10 hours will definitely keep you entertained. So it was fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
How did you come across The Bay? Who approached you first with this?
Well, I believe that Tristan Rogers had set up a meeting with me and Gregory, who is the creator of the show, the director of the show, and invited me to Gregory's birthday party, and I went to meet him, and it was really funny because he walked in, I said, "Hi, I'm Martha, so nice to finally meet you," and he said, "Okay, yeah, we're gonna just go back to the party now." And I looked at Tristan and I was like, "Well, maybe not." I don't know. Now we laugh about it because he was like, "Yeah, I took one look at you and I knew you were Marley," and he called me the next day and offered me the job. So it was really exciting.
Great to hear. Well, we cannot wait for The Bay to run on thebaytheseries.com.
Yes.
And at We Love Soaps, we will be covering this and celebrating this. It's such an interesting time in the field because The Bay is so exciting, and this is the same week that we're losing As the World Turns.
It's crushing. I'm so sad that that's leaving, but yay, turn to us. We'll take care of your soap habit.
That's right. And that's what we always say for people that are upset about the network shows going down. There's so much creativity and innovation happening on the internet, and you are a big part of that. So,
yeah, well, thank you. I'm really excited to be doing it, and watch us on Blip TV.
Welcome, Brody. It's so great to meet you.
Hey, it's great to be here. Where are we?
Henry's Hat. We are at Henry's Hat at Martha Madison's fabulous restaurant, Henry's Hat. Wait, I have never been to before. Have you?
I've been here many times. I live right up the road.
So when people come here, they may see you, huh?
Occasionally.
Occasionally.
Definitely in the beginning when they opened, I came to support. Yeah.
Okay. So we are here to celebrate the opening of the Bay, the beginning of the Bay.
Right.
What an interesting time in soap storytelling in the continuing story format. How did you get involved with this project?
It's funny. Gregory, the creator, I'd done a few films for him, and he contacted me out of the blue and asked me if I'd be interested, and I said, yeah. I said, tell me what the part's like, and it sounded interesting. And Kenneth Allen, for those of you who don't know, I haven't been on the show yet. I start shooting soon. They introduced me in the Bay to do a spin-off called Madison.
So we, of course, as soap fans, I remember you from starting on Guiding Light.
Oh man, yeah.
As an angel with a few secrets.
Everything was a secret. That's why it was hard to do.
Right. Did they ever tell you what the hell was going on?
No. They always said, don't have an opinion, because basically you had to play everything. You couldn't. I just had to say the words because you couldn't have an intention because no one knew what was going on. It was really difficult. It was a really awesome and tough first big job. Yeah. I learned a lot. Yeah.
What did you learn from that experience?
I learned to do whatever you need to do to make it work for yourself. I listened to everybody. Everybody had something to say, and I listened to everybody, which I do, but I took it all to heart, and so I then ended up with nothing. You know what I mean? Like, this person said this said that, and at the end of the day, I was just kind of down the middle of the road, and I learned a lot.
Well, I guess when the page doesn't really tell you what to do, you just really have to decide in your own head who this person is or what it's about. Yeah, but did you know he was an angel and this was going to be a supernatural story?
Well, yeah, that was kind of the hard part too. That was kind of how they told me it was going to be, but it was always so sketchy and so hazy. Is he or isn't he?
Yeah.
And so, man, it was tough. I learned a lot. I learned how to memorize a lot of lines. I learned how to be on camera, all that. It was a good first job.
Yeah. And then on Days of Our Lives, once again, you came on a bit of a mysterious character.
I was a mystery man.
But at least we knew you were human.
Right.
We assumed you were human. In James Riley's world, you never knew, but we assumed that your character was human.
Yeah. It was fun. That was actually my most fun soap opera character that I played, because I got to do a little bit of everything. I was good, I was bad, I was James Bond, I was delivering babies, you name it. I kind of did everything. So it was fun.
Especially the first few months, we didn't really know whether your character was a good guy, a bad guy, and later on we found out he was a little bit of both.
Exactly, and that's what made it so good for me, because it's easy to play the good guy for me. I prefer playing the bad guy, so it's always nice to have that in the back, your back pocket, that you're maybe a bad guy.
Right. Ultimately, however, we did find out he was a bit of a hero. He kind of came through.
Yeah.
However, I know a lot of fans have a lot of issues with the character you play with Patrick because... Bo and Hope.
I know.
He was the only man who Hope ever knowingly slept with, aside from her own husband.
That's true.
Did they give you a hard time about that? Did the fans go nuts about that?
It was funny. It was kind of split. I want to say 60-40. In my head, I'll go 50-50, but people loved it. A lot of people loved it, and a lot of people were not, they were such a staple on that show that for 20 plus years they've been together. So it was hard for them to see them being broken up, and especially for her to have a real love with somebody else. And I personally, I thought it was interesting. If I could have stayed and I wanted to stay and we all decided, it would have been interesting to explore that whole thing. But great people. Christian and Peter are great to work with, and so the fans were either vehemently, yes, thank you, against it, or vehemently for it. It's kind of hit or miss on that one.
Right. So in the following years since leaving Days, what have you been up to? You mentioned some films, now the Bay. What else?
Yeah, I've done 3 or 4 films. I've been on everything from Family Guy, The Voice, to NCIS, and I'm up for a few things right now. Keep our fingers crossed. But it's in the time that it's been so bad in the last year or so, I've been doing okay. It's just hanging in there. Commercials, you name it, I'm doing it.
What kind of work would you like to do, ideally?
Ideally, I would love to just do work I'm proud of. If that's a TV series, that's if it's another soap, I love it. Films are great. It's It's just about being, fulfilled, I guess, artistically. I hate to say that, but it's true. But even daytime can be like that. I mean, I liked Patrick Lockhart for that reason. It was like I got to do a lot of good stuff. I got to, some things happened, and it wasn't just mediocre, run-of-the-mill thing.
Right. All right. Well, Brody, it's such an honor. Or
just win the lottery.
Just win the lottery. What about you lived in New York and you lived in California? Which do you prefer?
I like them both equally. I mean, the weather here is great. I grew up in New York as a kid also, in Long Island, and I got a lacrosse scholarship at college, and so I like New York. And, it kind of appeals to me right now because I've been here for so long. So if something were to come up back there, I'd consider it for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So maybe you'll win the lottery and come back to New York and do some theater and entertain us there.
There you go. Then I can just be an artist.
There you go.
There you go.
Right.
Who needs to eat?
It's good to see you. Nice to meet you.